Hello, this is Walter from Champions Way Perfect Mind. Today I want to show you how to better optimize your website in order for search engines to pick it up. So first thing we'll do is here is the website. So normally what you want to optimize is your home page, of course, and your program pages. So as you can see, if I click on kickboxing, this would be a page that we would optimize. So if you look at the very top, this is basically the meta tag title of the page. So kickboxing pipe North Vancouver, BC. So that basically is allowing search engines to be able to see the service and where you are. So for instance, if anybody types kickboxing North Vancouver, Google would basically bring back this is our result based on the title meta tag for that page. So in order to do this, let's go ahead and log into your Perfect Mind database. Go to Marketing, Website Settings, and once your page loads, go to Organize Pages. Here, what I'm going to do first is let's go into the programs. So for instance, kickboxing. So if you hover over it, just click the Edit button. So now as you can see, the tab name is really insequential. That doesn't really matter. Google won't look at that. The title definitely will. So here it would be something like the best title would be something along the lines of North Vancouver kickboxing. And then you can put pipe and then your actual business name. So that would be the a good title, because the first thing Google's going to look at is basically where you are and what you're offering based on the search, and then the school name, which is secondary, because of course people probably won't know what they're searching for other than kickboxing and where they are at. Now the description is also important. A good description should be basically no longer than 155 characters. Now, there's all kinds of free tools out there. The one that I use is basically the SERP tool. So it's Google SERP Snippet Optimization Tool. So this basically allows me to write in my description without going over. So for instance, a good description would be something about what you're offering. So drop these unwanted pounds, flatten your midsection, and define the shape of your arms and legs. So I'm going to pull that. And then what you also want is an offer. It's kind of the best. So what I'm doing is drop those unwanted pounds, flatten and tighten your midsection, define the shape of your arms and legs. And then if you click outside of that box, you'll see that it's 103. So I still have a few to go, which is perfect, because what I want to do is call us today at our phone number, 877-774-5425, to redeem your free class. And I'm at 160, and you can see here, it shows you where it cuts it off. So this is basically important because you don't want anything to be cut off. So knowing that where my cutoff is, you can see I don't get the redeem your free class, which is what I'm wanting. I'm going to lose a bit of what's on top here. So drop those unwanted pounds, flatten and tighten your, so let's change that to your midsection. So let's close this out. So drop some of those unwanted pounds, flatten it, and tighten your midsection while shaping arms and legs. While shaping arms and legs. And as you can see, by that little change, I got to 150 characters, and now everything is showing up, which is what I wanted. So that's actually a good SERP, which is basically the Google optimization, which is snippet optimization tool. Basically, is what Google will look at. So based on the title, the description and your URL. This is basically, it'll give you a preview of what you want. So this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and copy it right into my page. And then the other thing now is also the header code. This is where you can put your Google Analytics code. I prefer to do it in the search engine optimization down here. So if I'm going to just, let's open this in a new link. Because this way, if you put your analytic code in the header code on this page, it will only track one page. So what I want to do, if you add it into your search engine optimization area, it will basically do it throughout the whole website. So go ahead and click the 001 if you have it. If you have just a green new button, click the new one and go ahead and go into it. So it's now, as you can see, the title. So basically, in your website pages, if you don't add your own title here, this title will override it. But if you do have a title on your page, this title will not override. So put your title in here, and this can be for any kind of system pages. So again, I would do like North Vancouver martial arts, because most people are going to search for martial arts or karate. Those are the two best keywords out there. Martial arts is number 1, karate is number 2. So I would probably start with North Vancouver martial arts. That way, if anybody searches any pages that I don't have optimized, this title will take place. The description, you can put that. Keywords used to be a big deal, but nowadays Google won't even look at the keyword meta tag. And the reason for that is basically people would actually go ahead and put North Vancouver MMA, North Vancouver BJJ. But what Google got smart enough and realized that basically people could stuff keywords in here without having these keywords anywhere on their content areas. And that's really what Google is looking at. So if you are basically going for a North Vancouver kickboxing, you got to make sure that that text and city is basically in your content area somewhere. So that is really important. When you're writing your content, make sure that you include the area and the service a couple times in your actual content areas. All right, so that's very important. So make sure that you are doing that. Therefore, basically, the Google Analytics code, what you want to do is add it into the advanced area right here. So this is where your Google Analytics code will go. And your description, of course. So a good description would be, you know, we have martial art classes for children and adults of all ages. We specialize in children programs from after school to summer camps. Call us today for more information. So something along the lines like that will be quite a good description for you. And this is just a generic. This is, so what I'm talking about is this is going to take care of any pages that we are not going to basically optimize. So you could go through your whole website and optimize every page, and if that's the case, then you really don't need to do basically the then you don't have to do the description or the title in here. So just your Google Analytics code can go in this area here, but we're talking about basically every page that you have if you're going to optimize it. So I would probably not do that. I would probably optimize, like I said, your home page and your 5 program pages. So once you've got this set up, then go ahead and save it. And now you'll see, so here's my tab that I had before, Kickboxing Pipe North Vancouver. So now if I go to this and I refresh it, you will see now that my title of my page is going to change to North Vancouver Kickboxing Pipe Perfect Mind website. So area you're in, the service you offer, your company name follows. That's the best way to basically get your website pages ranking properly. And again, make sure to include you know, the service you're offering it and where you're offering it within the content area of your page as well. And by the content area, I mean the actual content within the page. So in here you can, you see there's a big difference between kickboxing in North Vancouver and workouts most people do. So you can basically plug that in a couple times on the page. You don't want to add it in excessively either, because then it's spamming, but I would say 2 or 3 times, depending on the length of your page, will do the trick. And again, do that for your program pages and your home page. And again, your home page, you should try to target your martial arts or karate. Like I said, those are the main 2 focals for anybody doing searches. Your program pages can be a little bit more specialized, meaning that we did one for North Vancouver kickboxing. We can do now the women's self-defense page. This can actually be now the as you see, women's self-defense. It's okay, but it's really not informative enough. So what I would do is I would drop women's and go to North Vancouver self-defense. And again, the tab name here doesn't really matter. Again, your company name would follow. So let me just add Perfect Mind website. And then of course the description, again, that is important. So I would pull a small description here. So we offer the best women's self-defense classes in North Vancouver. Call us today at, and again the phone number, because you want to basically have some kind of like call to action here, so people are enticed enough to actually click on your link. Because the better your offer is on your description here, the more chances people are going to click on that link and go to your site. So this needs to arouse some kind of action for them to take. So keep that in mind when you're basically setting this up. Quite important that you have it, a little bit different than everybody else. Have a good call to action here. Again, basically remember to include North Vancouver self-defense a couple times in the content area. As you can see here, this is what we call the H1 tag, or the title of the page. So this is the meta title, the meta tag title. This is the H1 title. So they should be relatively close. So here we got North Vancouver self-defense. That's my meta tag title. On the H1 tag, I got women's self-defense in North Vancouver. So a little different, but yet it's okay, because we don't want to make everything exactly the same. That way you've got a bit more leadway when people are searching for women's self-defense in North Vancouver or North Vancouver self-defense. Chances are, because of your title or your H1, you're going to basically get that result coming back for your site. And again, make sure that you add your keywords into your content area. So this is where your keywords actually are now being looked at from Google, not in the keyword meta tag any longer. So once you've got this, go ahead and save it and continue on. So as I said, homepage should normally be your primary style, or martial arts or karate, because those are the 2 best keywords for people are going to search. But if you have like a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, you might want to do your homepage as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and maybe like the adult page can be your martial arts page. That way you can tackle both. I hope this was insightful for you. Here at Perfect Mind, we do offer an SEO package to basically get your website ranking on the major search engines. So if you would like, by all means, give us a call. This was Walter again, and happy days editing your website.